Razel Raskus was 19 years old when she started dating.
I felt like I'm ready and I got this and I'm excited to meet the right one. And just like everyone else, I thought it would come super quick, super fast, super easy. And that wasn't the reality of my dating story.
6 years later, she was almost 26 years old and her worst nightmare was coming true. She was still single, still dating. Razel had a friend who went to school with her, went to seminary with her, and started dating around the same time as her, but she got married right away, and she was struggling with infertility.
She was really struggling and broken from an IVF transfer that failed, and she didn't know what to do. She didn't know where to look. She didn't know where to turn. She was very despondent, and she actually said, maybe we can say Tehillim for each other. It started as just something where we were just going to do it for a few weeks, and it ended up that every month we were finishing Tehillim for the other person.
A few weeks go by, and Razel felt really good about it. She was davening for her friend, but she said, you know what, I might as well be davening for others, for other childless couples. She wanted names. Of course, where do you go if you want something today? Google.
I remember doing some Google search, and somehow Ohel Sarala came up. And I essentially just signed up.
Ohel Sarala was the brainchild of Rav Aaron Leib Steinman. Rav Shlomo Bachner, who founded Bnei Olam, was once visiting Rav Steinman in Bnei Barak, and in the course of the conversation, Rav Steinman had mentioned that there are two things that keep him up at night. One is older singles, and the other, couples who can't have children. If we can connect the childless couples and the older singles who both need a Yeshua to daven and to help and support each other, that would be mashpia in Shemayim, the mida keneged mida. If you care about someone else, then you'll be helped yourself. And Rav Shlomo Bachner was very inspired with the conversation. He started this initiative together with Rav Aryeh Zev Ginsburg, Ohel Sarala, and Razel came across this website as she's looking for more names to daven for.
Shortly after I signed up, I got the name of a couple who was facing infertility.
She doesn't know their last name. They only give the tefillah name, her name, and her mother's name. It
kind of was a step up, a different level of davening and tefillah when you're looking out for someone you don't even know who they are, but you're just trying to bring good into the world. And if you're that conduit for good, you can hope that you get some of that good yourself.
Less than a year later, as Razel kept davening for her friend and for this couple, for this Ohel Sarala couple, she gets engaged. By the Shabbos Kala, the friend that she had davened for, that friend who had originally suggested that Razel and her daven for each other, got up to speak. She said, Razel, it's kind of surreal that we're sitting here at your Shabbos Kala. It's only 9 months since we started davening for each other, and here you are this week about to walk down to your chuppah, and I am 9 months pregnant. It was such a powerful moment.
Everybody came back and told me that story at my Afraf, and that already sent shivers down my spine, and that was an unbelievably touching story, and Hashem really just running an unbelievable script. So we went to our wedding having heard that story and having been so touched by that story.
I got married, we got married. It was a beautiful wedding. Everything was exceptional, perfect. The next day after the wedding, I opened up my emails and I see that I had an email from Ohel Sarala, and I open it up and it says, Mazel Tov, this couple had a baby boy. And I look at the date that the email was sent, and it was sent the day prior on my wedding day. And I look at the time, and the time said 4:11, 11 minutes after the start of our 4 o'clock wedding.
Razel yells at Donnie to come over, and she shows him the email, and she says, I davened for this couple, I davened for this couple. And Donnie's like, what? So you davened for your friend and she's 9 months pregnant? And now you're davening for this couple and they had a baby last night?
I still don't know them, they still don't know me, but I know that somehow our tefillos intermingled somewhere along the lines and something connected, and we have some connection probably forever for being there for each other during our struggles.
Donnie reached out to me with the story, and I was so blown away. I told Donnie and Razel, would it be okay if we come to interview you so we can publicize the story? And of course, they graciously agreed. We set up the interview, we came down there, lights, camera, action, and Razel is telling her story. I asked her curiously, I said, do you know who this couple is by now? And she said, I really don't.
I only know their Hebrew names. Even if I heard their names, I don't think I would know who they are.
And then there was a knock on the door.
You can grab it.
This is funny.
Wait.
Hello?
Now, unbeknownst to Donnie and Razel, after they reached out to us with their story and we arranged for a time and a date to film them and to interview them, we reached out to Ohel Sarala and we asked Ohel Sarala to reach out to that couple and tell them the story and ask them if they would like to surprise Donnie and Razel as we're interviewing them so they can meet and Razel can hold that baby and the couple can meet the chassan that they davened for Razel. As soon as the couple walked into the door, within a split second, Donnie and Razel knew exactly who they were, and their faces said it all.
Oh my goodness.
Gosh.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Oh my gosh.
Is this the baby?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Welcome, welcome.
It was just so beautiful to see two couples from two very different backgrounds, Litvish, Hasidish, who had davened for each other, who felt each other's pain, now meeting each other in times of joy, schmoozing and connecting and celebrating the fruits of their labor, of their prayers. And Razel held that little baby who today is 2 years old, David, the baby that she had davened for. It was such a powerful moment. It was so surreal. It was so meaningful. One of our crew members was so inspired as he was filming that he stopped filming and he asked Razel and the couple if they can daven for him as well. Razel's husband Donnie and the couple's baby David are living proof of the power of tefillah. But not just any tefillah, a tefillah that was inspired by the weight. It's the weight that generated that empathy that allowed for the tefillah to be fulfilled.
When different people in Klal Yisrael cared about somebody else in a way that maybe is a very different form of tefillah, a much larger form of tefillah, it was there that a short 9 and 10 months later, both of these couples found their child, and Razel and I got to find each other.